So, like I was just saying, when you finish a whole life coach course, trust me. How many of you feel like, yesterday was day 2, right? Today's day 3. How many feel like we're already giving you information that you're already cracking the coconut from the inside out? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're talking about probably 75, 80% of the room. And that's only been 2 days. Do you see how amazing I am not? You are? Did you get that? Yes. You listen to me. All I have is strategies that I've learned from other people and from myself. And all I did was share them with you. You're just ready. So that's why you cannot thank me for nothing. I thank you for nothing. I thank me. I was ready. I was ready to love myself in a world that says I'm not allowed to. It is against most religions, and I don't want to get into that, but it's against most religions. It's against most families, because that's called selfish, right? And you can't love your partner or your children or your husband. You can't love yourself more than you love them. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to love yourself more than anybody else. That's a creed here, and most people don't even know they're running it. How's that? Look at how you've changed so much. So what's the deal? You're going to write down while you are really, for the first time since you were a child, for most of you, tell me I'm lying, you're centered enough to actually know what you deserve, and it's not called selfish. You just know what you deserve if you want to be healthy and wealthy on all levels. Wealthy with energy, wealthy with joy, wealthy with the peace of mind, staying in the present moment and owning it, not needing approval, not taking things personal. You better write down, and I already said this, you better make a contract. And that contract needs to be written tonight. Remember this? We only did 2 days. And if I said write a contract, you wouldn't even know what to write. And every one of you almost know what to write right now. And every morning when you get up, before you do anything else, you're going to look at the contract. This is a contract of one message, one law, one love. That's unconditional love for yourself. If you can pull that off, you can pull it off and live on this planet. You will live with joy. And that's the deal. Almost every authority figure out there that the world follows is corrupt. The only authority figure that you need to follow is that God spot in your heart. You never follow me. Don't follow me. You're not me. Let me do my antics for the next few days, because I promise you, okay, you will rise inside yourself. So you're going to write a contract. And then I want those people to come in tomorrow. And we're going to talk maybe a half a dozen. I want to see a half a dozen contracts. Give it to me in point form and we'll talk about it. Listen, this is where we go. You know, I don't want, I get embarrassed easily. You will never, ever experience real life. I can't talk in front of people. There, you're done. That means that you can't ever, ever, ever find your authentic self. That's not true. Yes, it is. Because the day that you're not scared to speak and be judged, because that's what people do, we're all programmed to judge, not observe and learn, but to burn that person to the stake. When the majority of population, when they hear somebody talking, they're looking for something to validate why they shouldn't follow something new. And they don't realize that it's their subconscious that says, I don't want anything new. I know you're suffering, but guess what? I don't know what that new thing is, and you're getting highly excited, but what if it kills you? When you get excited, you feel some fear, around everything that's exciting. Remember the first time you made love? You were so scared, but you were so excited. Remember the first time anything that brought you joy, you were scared of it, weren't you? You were scared of it. We are scared of finding ourselves because guess what? We have been told that if we dig deep enough and we're trying to find our true authentic self, we'll find the devil within, and then we will never be able to live with ourselves again. Or what will we do? Off ourselves? It's all just a lie. You're not supposed to go inward. You're supposed to stay outward. You know we're only made out of atoms, and hope you know this if you did your real science. Atoms have nothing in them except a tornado of energy. So we are made from the invisible. So everything physical doesn't even exist. Try to wrap your head around that one. And we'll talk more and we'll go deeper into that. Everything is the field. How many people here know that, guess what? Not one thought that you have stays in your head. All you have in your head is a program. Say it out loud. All I have is a program in my head. All you're doing is running a program. And then you're going to go, you don't know what my life is like. Yeah, I do. You've got a shit-ass program. Okay, and it's killing you and everybody else around you. No, this is who I really am. Oh, God, please, if it is. Okay? Okay, get it over with. We don't have a personality. We put on a personality. But the first personality you get was not handpicked by you. It was handpicked by your parents and by all your teachers. From 0 to 7, that's, what did the Jesuits say? What did the Catholics say? They say, give me a child from 0 to 7 and we will own that child forever. Because everybody's in a theta state from 0 to 7. You don't make one decision, it's impossible, from 0 to 7. And that's why also, even though at 7 years old, you're out of that theta state, that dream state, okay, where everything is true, no matter who's putting the screw to you, it's true, and that's life. Oh, look at, this is what love is with mommy and daddy do to each other. We all try to go out with mommy or daddy, don't we? And we try to fix mommy and daddy. And we screw up the rest of our life. Because we are mommy and daddy. You are the 5 people that were most prominent in your life from 0 to 7. And you're running 90% of the programs you have. 90% of the programs you have are actually from 0 to 7, and you didn't pick them. They were force-fed into you. And just as you picked the clothes today, I will pick my personality every day. And my personality will change by 1% every day as my clothes will change. Just as my thoughts will change. But understand, what did I tell you? Your subconscious only runs programs. That's all it does. It doesn't even have thoughts. The thoughts get put out into the field. And those thoughts were first images. The image becomes a thought, and that thought is actually a frequency. Nobody got this the other day. You didn't get this. You put a signal out into the universe. What signals are you sending out? Would you like me, after we come off here, to tell you everybody what signals you're sending out? And then don't tell me why your life isn't a shit show when you're sending those signals out to the universe, because the creator of everything isn't going, I'm going to give you what I want to give you. I'm going to give you what you put out to me in a signal. We are antennas. You have exactly what you've been putting out there. That's not true. I don't want any of this. Well, then wake up and understand that you were force-fed a personality. Just like when you join the army, you got to wear a suit like everyone else, right? Same suit. And you're all wearing the same self-loathing, self-hating, okay, low vibrational, sinner failure suit. Tell me I'm wrong now. There'll be people on here that'll tell me to go, jump on a stick. But they're not here. They don't see the whole story. They come on here and get one little piece of the quack. Understand something. When you leave here, I promise you that you will be as close to your authentic self. And then guess what? If you don't want to go home tonight and write a contract, then guess what? That's your fault. That's your fault. And you need to understand something. When you write this contract this week for yourself, you're not delusional. You are as close to God as you can get, because everybody's so bloody mixed up with that. So if you feel unconditional love for yourself this week, you write a contract, and that contract will be good for life. But every morning and every night that you are here this week, you will rewrite that contract, and you'll only do point form. And if you tweak it morning and night, but before you do, you're going to do the Braveheart Oath. See above me? The Braveheart Oath. You're going to read the Braveheart Oath. Put it on your mirror. Did everybody get one from us? You put it on your mirror and you read that. And then you get up, you go to the bathroom, you do the Braveheart Oath, read it 10 times, look right in your eyes, say it with all the love, all the care in the world. I'm telling you right now, everybody else can just go blow. You are never going to punish yourself again. You have never punished yourself, and there's been a reward of authentic or expanded thinking or consciousness. You created low vibrational, and now you're a parasite, and you've got them. There's never been a time when you've judged yourself or someone else. You can observe, hey, when I go to the buffet, I observe all the food. No, I've never liked that, so I'm not going to eat it. I don't stand there going, I hate you, broccoli. I hate you. I hate you, broccoli. That's what you do to people. That's what you do to yourself. That's what you do to beliefs. People do it to me all the time. I guarantee you. Why don't you go and watch this after I do this? You're an asshole. That's it. Okay, got it. And guess what? I've been everything. I have been an asshole. And to that person I am, because my beliefs don't match them. Or my beliefs actually triggered something in them, and instead of growing, okay, all right, they're throwing at me. Your job is not to judge somebody on how they judge you. Did you get that? That's not, that you don't do that. But when people actually come to me and they go, you know, you said something and that hurt me, I'm not going to say, well, of course I didn't. And I'll go, hey, I probably did. Now, how did I hurt you? Well, because you said this. Kimberly, I never told you that you go to Disneyland. I never said any of that. You heard that. That's not even true. But she heard that I said she goes to Disneyland every day.
That's what he said.
And, yes, I told her that guess what? I said you can't create a fairy tale, okay, to hide out in. Someday you're going to have to come and do it for Kim, not for everybody else. And so that got Disneyland.
And we were doing, he was doing a consult, and we were all on the phone, and he told this gentleman that if he didn't make changes within the next 2 years, he would be in trouble.
I said, you've got 2 years or you're in big trouble.
Right. And he turned around and said that Doc told him that he was going to be dead in 2 years.
I never say anything. I don't give anybody a death sentence. Remember something. If you have a death sentence, all you have to do is change your personality. Okay? All right? The only reason why a medical doctor can go, well, a person of your age and in this condition, you've got 8 weeks to live. They're absolutely right. Are you going to change your personality? Are you going to walk out of here and change your personality? You know what? Are you going to change your personality? Your personality caused your neck problem. Your personality has caused you, nobody can see you. Okay? All right? Except for me, but I won't look. Hey, listen. So you're 30 years old, but you're actually older than me, and I'm 67. Your personality creates your reality, and it's not your personality. Just as I am going to change my clothes every day and put something else on, I'm going to put on a new me. I'm going to change 1% every day. If you go back and look at my videos even last year, I've changed in the way I speak. You have to be willing to tell the truth and not have anybody accept it, because most people aren't living the truth. And the truth isn't my truth. The truth is that they're beautiful. The truth is that they're amazing. The truth is that they can create miracles every moment, which is 1/10,000th of a second. The truth is they can heal themselves because they unconsciously made themselves sick because we were programmed to do that. Everybody here has been programmed to feed corporations. Thank you very much. You know, that's all. So understand something. You get that contract. Then I want to see at least 6 Bravehearts come in and talk about the contract. And then I'll show you and tweak it for those 6 people and tell you what I would do. And you don't need to do it. But if you do that, and when you go home, guess what? The people that you say love you, you show them the contract that you signed that you're going to live up to, that you're going to live into. Let me see you do that. Let me see if you've got big enough ovaries to do that, to even show the contract to your husband or your wife. Let me see you do that. Oh, I don't want to cause any ripple. Let me tell you something. You will cause a ripple every time that you want to love and care for yourself. You will cause a ripple. Because that's a selfish act on this planet. And understand something. Let me ask you a question. Put your hands up if you have children. Would you have liked to have raised them with the idea that you had unconditional love for yourself so that they would have it for themselves? Yes. You didn't, and you still don't have unconditional love. But guess what? It doesn't matter if they're adults right now. Well, Mom, well, Dad, there's something about you that's changed. That's right, I'm not going to suck off of you anymore. I'm investing all my time and energy into myself. I am going to become unconditional love and care for myself, and I'm hoping that will rub on you. And guess what? But at the very beginning, for at least 9 months, everybody's going to think I'm selfish, and I've joined a cult because it's not going to match the majority of the population. And the only cult I've joined is it's all about me, because guess what? Does anybody see that 92% of the population in the United States has an autoimmune disease? 86% of the population, okay, is pre-diabetic. Does anybody know that 50% of all teenagers are pre-diabetic? Does everybody know that 55 to 60% of the population will have heart disease? That 50% to 55% is going to have cancer? I mean, holy crap, not 1, but 2, but 3 diseases going on. And this is all about self-love and self-care, but we have been made to feel that that's selfish. So you get writing this contract, and guess what? You will never be so clear as you are here, because this here is a place where you... Has anybody been judged at all in 2 days? Nobody will ever be judged here by anybody. Does it feel free in here? Okay, does anybody notice that you're talking like you've promised that you would never talk in front of people because they'll judge you? Okay, so understand, you're not going to get that here. It doesn't matter what you've done, because you're not a sinner, you're not a loser, you're not a failure. Understand that. You're in survival mode. As long as you stay in survival mode, you will hurt yourself and others. That's it. Talking about survivors, Tim, come on up.
Okay.
You should be on that movie, Survivor.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, out in the woods, right?
Yeah, we're going to put you into the woods, all right?
Oh, my.
So anyways, I want you to take your arm and go like this and show people.
Oh, yeah.
See if they can see it. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but see, it starts up here.
Yeah.
Look at this. It runs all the way up here and runs all the way down here.
But I only clapped, right?
He
right
only clapped 2 inches right here. That's how thick it is.
Yeah.
He clapped only here. Now, everyone, this is the heart-lung meridian. Can I get a clapper, please? Okay, so this is a clapper that we put together. We invented the clapper, but I did not invent this. Understand, everything that I do has been done a million times over. Okay, it's not like I invented something new. we put the clapper together. We tried about 5 different ones. We found that this was the best. Some of you have worn out your clappers, by the way. Okay, they're too flimsy. Okay, I usually have to trade a clapper in about every 6 months. It's gone. Okay, and also you can put your clapper back into the fridge to make it stiffer. Okay, that will help. But the reality is everyone, this is bumpy side. This is a smooth side. This is called a chipper. This is called a chopper. And the reality is you're going to find out a clapper is a clapper, guys, a $50,000 healing tool. Yeah, and it's the best way of self-diagnosis to see if you've been emotionally hurt and if you've got lung damage, if you want to do this meridian. There's many different meridians, but we start with this one. If you go into the library and you go into the do-it-yourself guide or into the clapping guide, all the videos, all the instructions are there. And the reality is this, so all he did was clap here. Now, would you say that Tim is a really nice guy? Yeah, but Tim does not like himself. He may like himself more right now, but he's never ever loved himself, okay? And then if you don't love yourself, what'll happen is that makes you what? Desperate for love, right? How's your relationships been throughout your life, Tim?
Rotten. 2 divorces.
You can't have a great relationship unless you have one with yourself. Guys, please. If you have a toxic relationship with yourself, then you have a toxic partner that has a toxic relationship with you. Did you get that? And understand something. I don't compromise for Lori, and Lori doesn't compromise for me. You actually don't have to do that, 2 spirit beings. You know, I will want different things in Lori, and she just goes, let's do it together, right? Okay, so, but what happens to couples? They get different habits. They start doing different things. No, I get it. I'm there with you, babe. You know, the reality is that you only see 1 eagle flying or 2 eagles, right? That's it. You never see more than that. And the reality is this, but how many turkeys do you see together? And how many get it up the butt and lose their head? Okay, they can't fly. Turkeys never fly. First, love yourself. Okay? And understand, to become an eagle doesn't mean you have an ego, because there is no egos. All there is people that lack self-confidence. That's the truth. That can't be true. He's the CEO of a corporation. Yeah, and he's crapping bricks every day and putting on a show. And that's why he looks like he's angry. That's why he's so forceful. It's all lack of confidence. It's a little damaged boy or a little damaged girl inside. And you know what? You need to kill your ego. No, there's no ego. That's like when a mother says, and you go to say hello to the mother, and she's got a little girl there, a little boy there, and the little boy or girl hides behind the mother, and the mother goes, they're shy. Let me tell you something. When a mother says that, I just go, they're not shy. That little girl, that little boy is lacking confidence, and you saying that is making them feel like they've got some kind of genetic weakness. So guess what? If you would like to have that child sucking on you for the rest of your life, you're doing a crackerjack job. And we will keep our children crippled because we don't love and care for ourselves. And we utilize them because we can't live without love. So we feed off of them. And then they create the same thing for their families. Who's going to be brave enough to actually love themselves completely, unconditionally, where you never judge yourself, where let's say you made an error. I'm not even going to say mistake. There's no mistakes. That you have to repeat something 10,000 times to be a master at it. You know that? You know, you can tell me, oh, look what you did. You wasted that money. No, I didn't waste any money. I didn't waste any money. I had some great learning lessons. Listen, I almost wasted almost $3 million within a year. I blew it up, all my life savings. And it was the greatest experience of my life to have nothing and be everything to me. And that wasn't selfishness. That was what I needed I needed that lesson to be able to sit here and talk like this because of all the people that throw rotten eggs at me every day. Because understand, The majority of the population doesn't buy into this, and I don't expect them ever to do that. So don't think I have any grand illusions, because I don't want followers. I'm actually just charging you guys money so that I can take a course so that I can maybe enhance my life. Did you get that? Well, shit, if I want to try to love myself and care for myself, I might as well try to make some money out of it. You could look at it that way, right? But then, you know, and I won't say that that's not true what I just said, but I will guarantee you I will give you your money's worth 10 times over, because my heart's in this. Because what I want for me, I want for you. And it's not because I want people to go, oh, he was right. No, I want happy. Right sucks. It sucks. But anyway, so just so you know that this here has actually had to spread out. That's how much infection is in his lungs and in his heart. Okay? All right? So understand something. So everyone, I need you to get this. Try to pick up the vibration of Tim. What is the vibration of Tim? Nice guy. Nice guys die early. Nice guys are exhausted. Nice guys are chameleons. Okay? Am I wrong?
Yeah, like a doormat, right?
Well, no, because you'll become a doormat, but you might be a doormat, but I didn't call you that, did I? I never said that.
No.
So what he heard.
Well, that's what I.
What he heard.
I didn't hear Disneyland. I heard doormat.
Yeah. Well, you are no, but what? Let's be really accurate. You are a Disneyland doormat. Okay. No, all I said is that guess what? He's like the rest of us. He loves love. And he figured out how to get love.
Yeah, the wrong way. Was
how to become the color of the person at the moment.
Yeah. That's it.
And then guess what? What he did was he cozied up to the wrong people. If you're too desperate for love, you're going to get desperate love. When, you know, honestly, guys, if this world was fair, we would be teaching everybody to have unconditional love for themselves, and that would be it. That'd be it. And that's all I'm going to try to do all week, okay? At the end of it, you're going to go, well, okay, so what did he charge you? Well, we paid around $4,000 to $4,500, depending if we were taking the whole life coach and the non-surgical together. And what did you learn? I don't really know. Something about love yourself unconditionally. Well, what else did he teach? Nothing else. We kept coming around to that the whole time. I'm not even sure, you know, but the whole thing's a blank, you know.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
That's right, but at least I got your money. Now, understand something. How fast can you let yourself off the hook? He doesn't let himself off the hook. That's why he's red like this. Okay? All right? If you want, we'll do it. I'll clap as hard as I can for 10 minutes. I won't have anything but redness. And that is because I'm a selfish little prick where I unconditionally love myself, which means this, that I will not, no matter what something happened that most people might sentence that person to life or a month or a year or an hour, depending on your beliefs, is what, you know, the damage you create is only the program that you were given. Some people kill themselves over something that you'll go, it's not that big a deal. And it's true. And they were taught to kill themselves. Me, I will not give myself more than 15 seconds of suffering. I mean it. 1, 2, God, that seems so long. I am not doing it.
You're not.
You know what you believe? You've all got communist thinking. Communist thinking is this: if I suffer today, I'll have a better tomorrow. If I suffer enough, God will let me into heaven. I go ahead. I mean, I get it. If that's ingrained into you, you work with that one. Okay? I don't. It's none of my business what your beliefs are, but you came to this course and said, I want to try to experience joy and unconditional love at every given moment. And if you didn't watch any of my videos, and that's not my fault. It's like this lady said that came to the lecture, and she actually left the lecture And she said, I only heard about you last night. I only seen one video. And I just went, oh my God, shell shock.
Yeah.
That's shell shock. You know what? Now I feel like I'm hurting people because you would. You can't take somebody from the more I suffer, the more love I'll get. The more I suffer, then I'll be able to go to heaven. The more I suffer, the more that people will know I'm repenting for being such a bad person. And understand something. It's all BS. Because the only thing you need to do from anything in life is learn, not burn. So do you believe that if you get a headache or you give yourself cancer or you give yourself heart disease, that now you'll be forgiven? Or how far do you have to go? How far do you have to go with this, guys? It's not doing your family any good when you get that disease. That's dis-ease, out of alignment, out of harmony, right? So families won't like it. So now oh my God, Uncle Harry had a heart attack. And I'm not picking on Uncle Harry. Okay, he had a heart attack, okay. So the reality is this, now let's all suffer. I'm going to tell you something. Do you want to know when I woke up to the suffering thing? First of all, just so you know, and it's a true story, my brother can confirm it. When I was 8 years old, my father wanted to baptize me again, okay, to try to get the devil out of me. Because I would tell him when people would walk in, they're lying, that person's sick, this is this, that's this. That was too much. That was way too much. Remember when President, well, you may not, but we had black and white TV, President Kennedy got shot. So there was a moment of silence. We're all standing there. It was my mother, my brother Marcel, then me, and then my brother Dale. I look up, my mother's crying, and I looked up at her, and I said, what are you crying for? I was around 6 years old. And I'll tell you, remember. Now, do you know why you remember things? Why do you remember some things more than others? Because they were more traumatic. So, Mom, why are you crying? We don't even know this guy. She reached over and she slapped me so hard, she knocked me to the ground.
Oh, man.
That was it. From that moment, I knew that I had to become a chameleon. And I was not allowed to have an opinion. And with most parents back then, and even today, you know you're not allowed to have an opinion when you're that young. You're just stupid. Meanwhile, you're a high vibrational little spirit. Every one of you. And then when you go to school, they kill the spirit out of you. That's all school's meant for. It's not meant for anything else. You get out there, you don't know how to eat, you don't know how to drink. Okay? You don't know how to do anything. You don't know how to do your own finances. You don't know what you want to become. You don't know how to love yourself, love another human being. The whole thing is a setup. When you first start to wake up, you get angry, but then you realize that if you stay angry, like most people in here, oh, I hate chemtrails. Okay? The whole COVID thing, it made me sick. I put on 20 pounds. It's working because guess what? Why don't you, okay, what I'd like you to do, all you that are pissed off about the chemtrails, the COVID, the V, and everything else that they're doing, the fake climate thing. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to go see if you can go and go talk to the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the people that are doing all this and see if you can straighten them out. Or take that anger and stop beating up everybody and stop bitching all the time, because you can't do anything about it except love the moment. Stay in the moment, own it. What's your passion? What's your purpose? Okay, nobody needs to hear any of this. And guess what? And if people are allowing you to talk about it, as soon as you stop, they start. And guess what? You know what this is? This is an addiction to adrenaline and histamine and cortisol. And those people are sick. They're sick in here. They got sick beliefs, don't even know it, because guess what? Everybody's going around talking about political things they can't change, and politics doesn't change. People are getting angry about the medical system because it's broken. No, it's not. It's working like it should. The government works like it should. Okay? These psychos that are trying to kill 8 billion people, or at least, you have to understand, their job is not to kill us, but, now they've, like anything else, when I was little, my parents said they would give me so much for my allowance, and they didn't, and they were going to give me a dime. It's a true story. And my father said, no, I don't think you deserve it. And I never did anything wrong. It's just that his poverty mentality. And so you know what I did? I stole at least 40 cents to $1 every week. And then I started stealing more and more. All right? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't realize, but this is all about you want yours. What about me? And then I learned that, I'm not going to get what I want in life. That's just the way it is. So I'm in survival mode. And that's what most people are in survival mode. You know that you lie to your husband and your wife. You know you lie to your children all the time. I am never going to lie again. I will lie to the government. And I will lie to the policeman. I will lie to those people that were actually hired to come and get me. Okay, and to make my life hell. And, well, it's none of their business. And actually, see, the reality is all of these laws are not laws, they're just rules. Nobody has authority over you. So I don't get upset over it. But where you people, a lot of you have been talking about chemtrails and how upset you are and how the whole COVID thing, and if somebody wears a mask again, I think I just want to kill myself. Seriously? Is that what you'd like to do? Understand, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds have already won. They've won with the majority of the population. Okay? This is where unconditional love, you need to understand yourself. You need to understand this, not yourself. My apologies. If you go to play Monopoly and you don't like the rules, why are you playing? Those are the rules of the game. I don't like the rules. Well, then don't play.
Yeah.
So people come down here and they don't like the rules. The rules is that these psychos will always be in charge, and now people aren't liking it, especially the people that believe somebody's coming to just save everyone today or tomorrow. Or it could be a human being, or it could be something else. And people don't like that. The reality is you need to be your own savior, you need to be your own hero, and you need to do it at every given breath. And you need to connect to your breath and then connect to source energy that created the whole universe and said, we're going to have a planet where there'll be 8 billion people. And guess what? They will be poisoned that they can't think correctly, and they will be enslaved. That's where we're at right now. But this is a slave planet, and it will be. And the only thing that is your job is not to free the people, but to free yourself. Yeah. If you free yourself, you will have an effect on your family.
Yeah.
And instead of infecting them, you will affect them. And guess what? Until you unconditionally love and care for yourself, you infect everybody.
Yeah.
Because you're sucking on everyone. You think that you have to cut corners. All you had to do is strategize. First, strategize having a perfect day from the moment you rise till you close your eyes. Start off with gentle baby steps so that you're successful. People will take on too much too fast and go, I'm a failure. Everything's a setup. Gentle baby steps. So we'll see, because my dear friend here, okay, he bought a Cellsonic. And with a Cellsonic, he gets a whole New World Practitioner training. So by the time he comes and he claps again, you're going to see that the redness isn't going to come down to his wrist or come, look at this. It stops right here.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
So that's 10, 11 inches.
Yeah.
And all he did was clap
Right there.
here.
That's it.
He only clapped right here.
Mm-hmm.
So understand something. Issues in his tissues, suppressing unworthiness. And when you're unworthy, you have unworthy relationships.
Yeah. With myself. That's the biggest one, right?
Yeah.
Biggest relationship that's unworthy.
So that's why you got write a contract when you're feeling totally in love with yourself. I mean, it is like orgasmic. That's when you write it.
Yeah.
And that's the only time there's truth.
Yeah.
And then when you go home, your truth will be gone. because you will compromise. You have a high spirit. You have such a high spirit, and you have such a high spirit that that's also against you, because you'll compromise your spirit. So you're lucky you have a high one. Some of you don't have high spirits. You compromise your spirit and you're going to get sick so fast. You're going to put weight on so fast, or you'll go underweight and not be able to get the weight back on. Because understand something, people that are underweight are in bigger trouble than people overweight. Okay? People that are overweight are holding on to their crap. We know that. Okay? People that are underweight, okay, they are terrorizing themselves so badly that they're eating up their muscle and their organs. They're eating up everything. They're burning up like a flame. So that everything that comes in just burns up. Yeah, that is a real problem. And everybody doesn't understand that it's a personality that's doing it. It's a personality that causes physical reality. It's the psychological that creates the biological. His psychological created all this. Understand something. When you clap, you don't bruise. When you clap, you bring the issues in your tissues to the surface, and you get a better look of who you are.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to just say this, Tim. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the course now, because you're a danger to us.
I'm a bad influence. So.
No, you've been not affecting people, you've been infecting them. Dude. Okay, so listen. Nobody's bad.
Yeah.
We have bad programs.
Right between here.
And your thoughts don't get stored here. With every image, there's a thought, and it goes out into the universe. And then guess what? Thought goes out because you're putting your order in. Order comes back. You don't like it. Well, why didn't you change the damn program? And I'm going to tell you something, whether you want to believe this or not, that's real science. And if anybody wants to try to challenge me, why don't you just go and check out Bruce Lipton's work? There's so many people out there. There's hundreds of different people that are lots smarter than me in this, and they will prove it to you scientifically. Okay? So guess what? Change the program. Okay? Guess what? You change the menu. What's your menu going to be today? Pissed off and depressed. Well, because you ordered it. No, I didn't. Yes, you did on an unconscious level, because you thought your personality was God-given. Really? I would be trading that sucker in every second. Keep trading it in. And guess what? Trade it in and get higher up. Level up. And guess how do you level up? You have a different image. A different image of yourself. A different image of the game. How many people know that wars are never going to end here? How many people know that the psychos are always going to have the keys to the financial system? How many? Prove me wrong. I'll give $1 billion. No, I'll give something that I can. I'll give it $10,000 if this game changes. There'll always be war. People will always be at war with themselves. People will join a war to kill someone they don't even know, because they think they're trying to protect something that it doesn't need to be protected. People will always go and buy poison from the supermarket, from the corner store. They'll always go through drive-thrus, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Mind your own business. That's what that's all about. Mind your own business. Mind my own business is I'm in the car and everybody goes, let's go to a drive-thru, and I'll go, fine, let's go. We'll go to the drive-thru. I will not eat.
Yeah.
Why aren't you eating? You already know why I'm not eating.
Loving yourself.
Why would I tell you why I'm not eating? Because people want you to tell them why you're not eating that are in the car, so that they can argue with you.
Sure, yeah.
You eat. And it'll eat you. I am never going to pick anything low vibrational. And if I do, it's because I want to. And guess what? If I want to pick something low vibrational, okay, which, understand, if I want to have a shot of tequila or a shot of mezcal, or if I want to have a cool Corona sometime. I might do it, but it doesn't own me. Okay? It doesn't own me. I don't have any addictions. Oh, that's not true. I do. I have one addiction to have unconditional love for myself and everyone else. And if I can't have it for someone, I'm definitely not going to focus on them. So, whatever makes you sick, don't ask yourself why things aren't going your way. When you're pissed off all the time. And when you're angry at the world because it has chemtrails. Because it has the V. Because it has the C. Because it forgot you and me. Remember yourself. And write a story. Do you get this? Do you get this? So you're going to really have to watch yourself because you've put all your energy in to being angry. And it was a distraction of you believing that you're unworthy to love. How do you like that? Isn't that cool? What do you think of that? Huh?
I don't know.
That's good. But you keep thinking about it. And then if I'm wrong, come up and tell me. But let's see if the only thing that you do for this whole time that you're here is talk about your dreams, your aspirations, about you. Don't come up here and talk about me, your kids or your husband. I just really would. No, you're going to talk about just yourself this week. Oh my God, I couldn't do that. That's either a selfish act, or if I talk about myself, everybody's going to find out that, I'm a whore. I'm a thief. I'm a drug addict. I'm unworthy to live. I'm unworthy to love. And all of that is bullshit. It's all BS. You could have been with one family and they would have punished you for something else and never what you got punished for. You could be with one religion and you're okay to do it. It's true. But the other one, you're going to lose your hand. Or you're going to lose your soul. Or you're going to lose your spirit. And then how long are they going to hold it ransom for? Well, depending on what they made up. Everybody makes up stuff. Oh yeah, but our religion wasn't made up. It's been around for hundreds of thousands of years. Yeah, they had drugs back then. And they were even better. I am not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to just tell you to think. I'm trying to tell you to challenge every belief that you have in your mind. Because guess what? They're only programs. What, you can't challenge a program? Well, I don't want to challenge that program because if I do, that's the Holy Grail and I'll go to hell forever. Really? Well, then that's fine. Then don't challenge it. I will challenge every belief that's in my mind. And if I don't like the belief and it's not high vibrational, then I will make up one myself. Thank you. I'm going to make one that gets me off the hook completely. And I have the best day every day.
Yay.
And that's it. That's it. Oh, no, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, just like this. You are never going to follow me. You are never going to follow anyone. You're going to fall into your heart. You're going to find that God spot because it's in there for everyone. And then you are going to put your hand on your heart and you're going to remember that every time. You start feeling any anxiety, you put your hand on your heart so that your mind doesn't become a landmine because it's always attack and react. That's what society does, right? They're coming for you. What? Shit. What? They're coming. We're coming for your kids. Remember when they said that? Yeah. That was just a test. Let them come for my kids. Jesus. Yeah, then we'll rain thunder. Yeah. 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 See, and let me just say this. Jesus had unconditional love, but don't think he didn't get pissed off. Don't think he didn't rain thunder. Yeah, so you understand that. So when it's time to roar, roar. And then the rest of the time, just purr and lick yourself like the pussy. Understand something. I mean it. Be gentle to yourself. You are never going to be nasty to yourself again. I'm unworthy. You guys don't understand. It's just a program. And remember something. Now, you got it? The subconscious only runs programs. Thoughts are not kept in the head. Thoughts go out into the field. And then the field, which some people call God, some people call source, it delivers back what you want. We were created to create. I mean, all of the answers are there. If you were created to create, then you created everything you have. Stop whining.
It's amplified when it comes back.
Well, it gets amplified depending on how often you order it.
That's right.
Oh, God, you want all this? It's like, oh, my God, did I order all this? I can't eat that. I don't even like eating that.
That's your strongest programs. They come back, they're amplified.
Yeah, they're amplified.
That's how you know your subconscious
So,
programming.
remember something. The longer and stronger you run a program, the stronger it gets. So, programs are alive. Did you get that? Programs are alive. Well, they're not alive. Programs are just programs. But programs, if you keep running the same program, you are feeding something out there. And what are you feeding? The order taker. Well, if this is what you want, because guess what? What we call source, okay, we get really caught up in death and dying and disease and divorce and debt and that which is out there. You have to understand something. When you're here, everything is traumatized. I mean, if you really were to think about the source of everything, I mean, everybody has given the source of everything an actual dysfunctional personality. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
It's pretty dysfunctional. And it doesn't even have a personality. It just has the highest vibration in the world. But we have dumbed it down so much that we're all going to hell. I mean, seriously, guys. You got so sucker punched. What is wrong with you?
Wrong program.
The great miracle maker is delivering what you order.
He said it'll give you your heart's desire.
Your heart's desire. But guess what?
I got my heart's desire.
Did it come from your heart? Or did it come from the landmine that was just running a program for the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Bidens? Oh, do you want me to keep going? Should I just keep going? And all of these people were given the keys to the city of down here. What? Hey guys, you want to go down and play a game where, guess what? Money will rule the world, okay? But it doesn't really exist. And for the hierarchy, it doesn't exist, but they're going to make everybody believe it's hard to get, okay? And these people are always going to have control. But if you were to wake up and unconditionally love yourself and care for yourself and live your life's passion and purpose, we guarantee that you're going to have the best life ever. Okay? And you can even blow yourself off this planet. Okay? All right? Or you can just keep on recycling the BS and be recycled yourself. Everything is vibrational. Everything is frequency. You think about that. So, what do you think?
I think you're spot on, and I need to change.
No. See, you can't say that. You can't say I think you're spot on. I need you to really do deep thinking. Well, I don't know. Leave that with me, Daryl. Or I don't know. I mean, that kind of. I don't know. You're full of it. Like let's do some deep thinking. No more, Daryl. You're spot on. I'm not spot on. I'm spot on maybe for myself because everybody's going to write a different story, but the story has to set you free completely. It does, because your family's not going to. Your friends aren't going to. The world will never allow you to be free. Ever. And I'm not talking about the planet. I'm talking about corporations and systems. And the majority of the population is programmed never to allow you to be free because they're not free. When you don't know that you are in an invisible jail, it will piss you off when you see other people out there living their life. Troublemaker, rebel, coming up against the system. You need to be taken care of. That's okay, I'll take care of myself. God knows I don't want you doing it.
So get rid of fear, you know.
Well, you know what? Let's just start off slowly. Anybody who says they're going to get rid of fear, that has been passed down through the generations. You mean, people don't want to hear this, but those families I just mentioned, they've been in control for 150,000 years. And you don't even know that. You think they just popped up, or they struck oil and all of a sudden, or that Bill Gates actually invented the computer when he was actually handed the blueprints and said, okay, we're going to make you look like something that you're not. Whatever. You go ahead and believe in any fantasy you want. You forget that which created everything said that this will be a planet prison, and only people that will escape this prison will actually be the ones that buy into unconditional love and care for themselves. Because if you're not, that means somebody else is loving you and somebody else is caring for you. And how's that been working for you? Do you understand? That it's an inner stand. It's always an inner stand. So, when you're ordering, which is at every given moment, what are you ordering from the big guy, the big girl, the big system? What are you ordering? You're unconscious of what order you put in. Oh, did I order that? Yeah, you did. I couldn't have. I've ordered this disease, this devastation, this poverty thinking. You can order anything you want. So you're going to have to, the first thing is you're going to have to put all your energy into being observant of yourself. That means that you're going to have to mind your own business. Oh my God, that's going to be really difficult because you've been using everybody else as your excuse of why you can't rise and fly. First, love yourself. And that's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with that. We all came from that. Understand, the biggest thing that happened for me this year was having that TV show done on me that said that I was, I was the, the devil messenger, and then, these are the things, right? These are the tests you have to overcome. And you don't even have to overcome them. That's a validation. Because for the things that they said, I should be in jail. But the reality is they're not true, so they can't put me there. But the reality is to get the majority of the population, does anybody notice, to get the majority of the population to believe anything, all you have to do is put it on TV, put it on paper, or have some authority figure that has no authority. They're actually a moron. I mean, if you look at the news, all you got to do is watch every main channel of the news, and they're all saying the same thing. Okay? Exactly.
Yeah.
And then guess what? The majority of the population are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Dr. Wolf's a quack. He's a psycho. And that's okay. And that's okay, because we're going to love them anyway. And if I don't hate back, if I don't get angry, if I just sit with this, you watch how many people go, something's not right here. So be patient with yourself and be even more patient with your family when they don't want to buy into your new menu.
Yeah.
They're not going to. But if you leave them alone, oh, come on. I love broccoli. You eat it too. What do you mean? I don't like broccoli. And when it comes to belief systems, you can't tell your family to order the belief systems that you're going to order after you leave here after 9 days. You can't. They're going to think you're just ridiculous. You're ridiculous. And the reality is, you need to let your family know this, that you are going to try something out okay? And that's to unconditionally love yourself for the first time in your life.
Yeah.
They're not going to understand that you just say that, but when I start doing something, if it's not life-threatening, don't try to stop me. And also know that I am learning how to love you more by loving myself. So please allow me to do something that will feel different to you, and your subconscious will say, I'm so worried about you. You're not acting like yourself. And you're going to say, yes, that's right. I'm trying to find myself.
Yeah.
So just allow me that freedom. And for just 9 months, pretend that you don't own me. What do you mean? I've never owned you. Well, then allow me to do anything I want. And as long as it's not threatening you or doing harm to our children or harm to myself, then allow me to do this. Because what happens is, and we know this, when somebody brings something different home, it will be shut out. Because the subconscious has been trained to not accept anything.
Cut it off.
Okay? So you need to understand that. So I want everybody to go home and write that, okay? Unconditional contract. Unconditional contract. Oh my God. I get to write an unconditional contract where I never have to forgive myself for anything. Long as I observe and learn, I don't have to burn anymore. Holy crap. Do you know what happens? You actually grow and become a better human being. Do you know that every time you judge yourself, you make yourself angry, you make yourself guilty, and then you hurt yourself, and then you hurt others. You didn't realize that that was the sucker punch? It was called a psychology scoop. Okay. All right. Let's take a little break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to do a heart release on a military man. Okay? All right? God bless everyone. Have a beautiful day.